Hi, I am the DISM, the Dutchman in San Marcos, and you're watching Cigar Box Guitars, aka Dutchman in San Marcos. My name is split up like that because I lost my first channel, and so this is kind of my new channel. I don't post to that anymore, so if you did watch the Dutchman in San Marcos, this is my new channel. So come to this channel. So let's get this show going. Hello and welcome to the next episode on the Cigar Box Guitars, aka Dutchman in San Marcos. So we're coming to you this week with more work done on the Oops cigar box. So let's get going. All right, got some more work done on the neck. It's looking good. I'm to the point now where I'm going to have to cut the slots in the fretboard. One thing I'm going to go over first before I get into the cigar box is my fretting saw. I think the blade has gotten dull. I bought these jeweler blades, but I don't think they can take the toughness of the hardwood. I think they're made for softer metals to cut because they seem like the teeth are breaking off. So when I bought them, I bought several of them, and so I'm going to put a new one on there and see if that does the trick. And I'll show you. I made a sled for it, but I wanted to be able to go a different direction, so I cut another slot to go the other way, and now the whole thing has gotten kind of wacky. So let me show you that quick. Here it is. As you can see, it's a really thin blade, but you can see there's some nicks right in there. You can see there's some nicks out of it, and so I'm going to replace that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this. I'm going to mark this right here so I can get that height. I'll just put lines and turn it and put lines all the way around so I don't have to do all that resetting of the height of it. So got to get this set up before I can cut my fretboard, before we can slot this. And my sled, let me show you that. As I was saying, I built the sled for it, which was working good, but now that I tried to make another slot, as you can see, it's kind of all not working right. So I got to re-engineer this. I think I'm going to just build a new sled because you can see it's actually too weak. I had these metal straps, but I'm thinking I'm going to take one whole piece and rebuild. As you can see, take one whole piece here. As you can see, this thing is way too kajanky. So we're going to redo this thing, but I'm going to set it up. I'm going to set it up with the two slots again, because that way I can go this way or pull into it and try to come up with a better sled, because I came up with these, and this has been working really well to hold the piece down. I just got to make this part stronger. So we're working on that before we start cutting those frets. Now let me get everything moved around so I can actually show you what I got done on the inside of the cigar box. So let me move the camera. Okay, here we go. Here's the workbench. So as you can see, I don't have it all glued yet, but as you can see, this is going to go in nice and level. And I got the neck. I got the neck all worked out. I put this block in. As you can see, I cut this so the lid would fit, and then I re-glued it to make it strong. So that neck actually came out kind of right. And then it has the break angle in that I need for the neck. Then I re-engineered the blocks. I did these. As you can see, this is the front one there, and the rear one. So I can just screw them. I can screw the neck down to those, and then screw these into the bottom. So this baby fits really nice in here. So I got a good angle for the neck, and you can see it's nice and tight. So then the fretboard, when it goes on, it's going to be above it the way we need it. So, and I'll probably glue it right up to there. I have to cut this a little shorter. Remember I made that mistake. Hang on here. I made that mistake where I chopped the wrong line, and so I got to compensate for that. So now the neck will be a little shorter. But as you can see, my fretboard, if I line it up here, I've got some room up here to cut off. So I'll probably cut it right about there, which will put it right in here. Right in there like that. So the old one and the new one. The new one. Now I've got this heel that I put in that I'll round it off. And then I thought, you know, what I better do is if I start, you know, sawing and shaping on this, I'm gonna run a screw in from here because it'll be covered up by the fretboard. I'm gonna run a screw in here and into this block just to make this stronger, so it doesn't crack off. And then the neck, you can see I shaped the neck a little bit, and I gotta cut this down. I'm gonna cut this down to make this narrower so it's not so fat for the tuners to go through. So I got a couple things to do, but I was pretty happy with getting it to this point and got it all lined up. And then when this goes in, I'll put, you know, screws right here to hold it down, and then this will all be together like that. And then when I mount it in the box, I'll put screws here and here. So that's kind of the update on that. Coming right along. Like I was saying earlier about my little saw. I had kind of the concept, but I got to kind of redo it to make it work better. Because when I was building it, I didn't make that one board long enough, and then I thought, well, I'll just add it on. And I use those metal brackets, but I need something solid and stable, especially when you put a cut in it. And what made me think about redoing it is I was trying to cut that new slot with the saw, and I could barely get it to go through the wood. So it was telling me kind of that, you know, with that fine, it was getting dull, so it wouldn't cut anymore, and then the motor actually bogs down. But I've heard of other guys using that, and that being a problem with those little saws from Harbor Freight. And so it still works good, but you got to be able to pull it out. And then I kind of hit it, so I don't think that was doing too good with the blades. So we'll work on that, and we'll see what comes about. I've started cutting out my templates. So there's the template. I want to mark it with smaller holes for where the tuners will go in. And what I'm going to do is lay out the lines where the strings will come. You know, make some marks. You know, measure this. Actually, it's not. I didn't quite get it all sanded yet. There, you can see my line there. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of light. But that way, I'll mark it. I'll mark it with the strings, and then line up the holes for the best spot for the tuners. I'm thinking one here, and then the middle one kind of here, because it has to go in, right in there, and then this one here, like right in there, so that we get a good pull. I was noticing on this one, this was actually kind of too close to here. I want it farther back so I get a better break, because really there's, when you look at it, there's no break there. So that's the old guy, and this will be the new one right here. So you can see we're in a better position of getting everything flat and square. So there we go. I hope you're enjoying this process, and when I get this one closer, I think I'll probably start a new one, because then it'll just be little stuff of, you know, finishing it. I did find a sanding block. It's like a grooming tool, and I thought it might be good for the neck to sand it. And let me show you. Let me grab it. All right, here we go. I found this. It was at a resale shop. It says grooming ninja, but the reason I bought it was, see that curve? It makes like a perfect sanding block. I think I only paid $1 for it, but as you can see, for smoothing this out, that way I can keep my curve going, and you know, sand it and sand this thing nice. So this one's kind of big right now, but it would definitely be a way. So you can see here. It would have to, but the sand, it would sand these edges down and bring that down a little smoother. So I'm gonna work on the weird thing. This has tape on it right here, but there's actually like a piece of metal, almost like a scraper. It's got little teeth. Here, I'll show you. One side of it. So I don't know how it uses. See, as you can see, it's got like little metal teeth. I think that's why they did it, so you can see the little metal teeth. So I think they just put this on here so you wouldn't get scraped. But that might be a thing, you know, too, to maybe scrape it. But so yeah, I was just looking at CB Giddy. That's where I get all my frets and strings and stuff, you know, because I was looking at different strings, and I'm like, their prices went up. I was surprised that, I forget what I was looking at. I was looking at frets, and now the price went up pretty significantly. I guess, you know, everything's going up higher in prices. It almost makes me kind of kick myself that I didn't buy a bulk with them a year ago, to have like a supply of them, and I would have got them a lot cheaper than I have to pay for them now. But yeah, so that was kind of surprising. Let me know in the comments if you've seen that too, if you check out CB Giddy. And so remember, if you subscribe to my channel, go in right away and put a comment and say I subscribe, so I can communicate and talk back with you. Same thing if you've already subscribed to me and have been watching, go to my comment section and say I subscribe, because that way I'll be able to get in touch with you, and that'll make it more fun to see who's watching and who's out there, and maybe help me make decisions on some of these things I have to do. So that'll be the show, don't have too much more to do, but start putting this thing together and getting my frets cut for this. Or first getting my fretboard sized, and then getting it glued on there. I haven't decided if I'm just going to use that nut I had, or try the 0 fret again. I don't know how level it's going to be. Remember, I got to find something too to glue this guy on. And I really like this because of the holes here and the holes there. So that'll be the final thing. So we'll keep you updated. This should go pretty quick once I get my little saw fixed, and my templates, I got those worked out. I don't know. Oh, hang on a minute. I dropped my other template. Let me pick it up. All right, I got it. This was my other template. And as you can see, it'll, if you put it up to a neck like this and square it, it'll be like that. I kind of like this one, because when you measure out the holes, it gives you more places to go with the tuner and lining up the strings. So when I get this template, I'll put smaller holes just so you can mark it, and then when you drill on the head, so you get it marked. Then when you drill on the headstock, you use the bigger drill that you're going to use to fit the tuners. So yeah, so I'm getting these 2 templates done. So I've got those. When you buy them, those even went up. There was a multi-pack of fretting templates. That's the thing I saw online. It was a multi-pack of fretting templates. And they're just plastic. Just big plastic things like this thing I have here. And they wanted $99 for it. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty expensive. I think I saw them originally for, $30 or even $20 for a multi-pack of those years back. But you know how the prices are nowadays. Everything is going up. So that's why I'm covering this, because even instruments are the same way. And this gives you a chance, if you can't afford, an instrument, build it yourself, and then you'll even have fun building it. You even have more fun learning it and playing it. And that's really kind of the history of cigar boxes, is people couldn't afford these instruments, so they kind of grabbed up the things that they had around the house and built instruments. I think originally when they started with the cigar boxes, they were building violins, because violins were so expensive, and they worked pretty well of making cigar boxes into violins. So that's a little bit of history. I'm no aficionado on that, but just kind of letting you know what it's all about. So keep watching, keep subscribing, and be sure to like and do the comment thing for me, and we'll see you next week. Have a good week.